Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short, little unboxing video to share with you guys. I know what this is, and this is a knife that's not going to be for everybody, but one thing that I think, is going to be universally impressive here is the price tag. This knife is just shy of $28. This knife is in what I consider to be forbidden territory in the knife world. And while people will argue that there are knives that you can buy for under $30 that are good, typically what I experience under $30 is hot trash. It's usually pretty terrible, right? And while I'm sure it works kind of okay for the average person, I usually argue that spending a little bit more money will get you substantially better quality. Now, that being said, Miguron has started to tackle this territory. Miguron is one of few companies that I trust to actually make knives at this price point and deliver on quality. So far, they have done that. Right around $30, they are kind of, in my opinion, kings in this territory. And talking with the owner of Miguron, that is something that he plans to continue to tackle, which is really cool because it's kind of hard to find something that, especially people in our neck of the woods would label as a quality knife, right? So that's what this is. It still won't be for everybody, but there are talking points that need to be brought up here, and I'm going to use this knife as an example. Thanks so much to Miguron for sending this in. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. Make sure your notifications are on for the Metal Complex YouTube channel. As per usual, this will be linked right down in the description so that you can check it out if you want to. This knife is called the Fyoka. I love the names. I have no idea if that's a real word or not, but okay, the Fyoka. It's very light, and that's because the knife itself is not very big. But that's okay, because compact knives certainly have their place. This is still a pretty unique looking pocket knife. Yeah. So we have not injection mold plastic, no, we have aluminum. Frag textured aluminum that's got really nice anodizing on it. We have little thumb studs. We've got a crossbar lock. We have the little wire clip, right? We also have T8 hardware, which is really nice. Ambidextrous mounting positions for the pocket clip, as it should be, because it is an ambidextrous pocket knife. Let's go ahead and deploy it. What an interesting blade. There's a hole right in the middle, and that's fine. That's just an aesthetic thing, right? Every time there's like a hole in a blade, there's always one guy who's like, yeah, it's a weakening point there for the knife. Now the knife, I was planning on using this knife to fight choo-choo trains and pry open bomb shelters, but now I can't do that because the blade's got a weak point in it. Obviously, it'll fracture. Yeah, okay. I don't know that this size of object was ever intended to do anything really crazy. And on top of that, lateral force, right? Or, well, basically what I'm saying is sticking a blade like this even a substantially larger pocket knife, sticking a blade in between two surfaces and prying with it, just use the right tool. Like, why? It's shocking to me that we live in an age where people still demand this of their knives. It's just the wrong tool, like plain and simple. It just doesn't make sense. There's no argument. Get a multi-tool. Multi-tools exist. They've existed for a long time. They have blades on them, and then they also have other things that are much better suited for tasks like that, right? Or use the dedicated singular tool, which, if you don't know, pry bars have been around for a while, right? So anyways, no, I don't think that there's an issue with the hole in the blade. This is a PVD coated blade. I'm sure that they have a version of this that is not PVD coated, and the blade steel is D2. I don't know if it's actually going to say anywhere. Does it say on the box? Probably not. Doesn't matter. Oh, wait, does it? Does it say on the thing? No, it doesn't. Okay. Doesn't matter. Cool knife. It's going to be too small for a lot of people, and that's perfectly fine. This is great. This is some of the best quality I've ever seen at $28. Truthfully. You can buy knives that cost less money, definitely. They will have blade steel compositions even at the absolute optimal HRC, which they're not at. would still be trash, right? Their fit and finish typically is very, very bad. Coatings are not coatings. They're usually paint in this territory. This is not. This is an actual coating. And then there are always fit and finish issues, flaws, things like that. So this is the type of, locking system, coating, steel, the construction, the overall fit and finish, this type of thing that we typically don't see under $30. And if you're thinking, oh, the reason that the only way they got it down there is by making it so small, I've already covered a whole bunch of knives that are anywhere from medium to nearly full size that are right there at this same price point. So Miguron's clearly capable of doing it. It's only a matter of time before they have a knife in this territory that's 8 inches or more. The thing that we have to talk about, and the thing that Miguron needs to tackle, right, is the HRC. Now, at this price point, do I expect the HRC range to be absolutely optimized? No, I do not. But this is D2. And for anybody who doesn't know, most people watching this video right now know this. But if you don't know this, while D2 is considered the boring steel in the budget world, right? It's a boring, yeah, it's fine, but it's boring, right? We want the Nitro Vs. We want the 14C 28. D2, when it's optimally heat treated, as I've stated many times, will actually blow the doors off of these other steels in terms of edge retention. D2 can get pretty high in HRC. I think some people will actually push D2 up to 62, 63, maybe even 64. I don't know. But the edge retention is pretty phenomenal up there. Do I think it needs to be up that high? No. In fact, for the average person, I think that would be like kind of detrimental. I think that would not be beneficial for the people who are actually shopping for this stuff because it would be kind of a nightmare to touch back up and it would be incredibly brittle. I think that Miguron is currently hitting these, according to their website, at 58 to 60. That's too low, even for this incredibly low price tag. You guys got to at least be hitting it 59 to 61, and ideally 60 to 62. There is no one else in the knife world making knives like this, exactly like this, these materials, fit and finish level, quality level, right? With a D2 blade that's 60 to 62. No one. And if you have to bump the price up slightly, fine. You'd still be like outdoing pretty much everybody. Most of the companies making knives like this out of D2, right, at this general price point, they're severely lacking in fit and finish. And the HRC range sometimes the HRC range is as low as 55, which is a joke. It might as well be a gum wrapper at that point. My point is, Miguron has an opportunity here. I brought this up with their M390 knife that was sub $100. That's great, but you still have to hit the HRC range a little bit closer to optimal. It doesn't have to be ultimate, super, mega, ultra, whatever. I understand it's expensive, but we should be pushing this up a little bit higher, right? If you want to be the kings, the true kings of this territory, we need to bump that HRC range just a little bit more. I don't know how much it costs them to go up by 1 or 2 points on average. Try and find out. This is cool. For me personally, it's too small, but it represents a potential that I think should absolutely be tackled. And I think that Miguron is definitely interested in doing that. So this is neat. It'll be for some people, like if you're searching for a really inexpensive, high quality D2 and aluminum blade, then I think you might really like this. It's pretty neat, right? Especially like for $28, it's just like, that's nothing for a nice knife, right? There are plenty of knives out there that cost $30, $40, $50 that are absolute trash, and this is not that. This is a nice one. So yeah, I'd like to see the HRC range bump up a little bit. I don't know if this is the knife that this is a knife I'm really interested in reviewing. I think you probably have all you need from this video right here. I'll link it down in the description. You guys can check it out if you want. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know if you think it's possible for Miguron to be hitting these prices and then getting the HRC range up on steels like D2. Let me know what you think. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.